Something strange is happening in my beloved home state of Texas, where someone or something is mutilating cattle. 3 different counties, 6 cows have been found dead, with each scene more grisly than the next. They don't make sense. The cows' tongues have been cut out, almost surgically. There's almost no signs of spilled blood. And nearly 2 of the cows, had their sex organs removed. Authorities say they were unable to find any sign of footprints or tire tracks around the scenes. On top of that, the areas around the carcasses were undisturbed, like no signs of a struggle for the cows. And as troubling as all this is, stories like this have been happening actually for decades. As far back as the 1970s, the New York Times was reporting that nearly 200 cows in 11 states were found mysteriously mutilated, where ranchers reported that udders, eyes, ears, sex organs, and tongue seemed to have been removed. Sounds familiar. So who is behind this seemingly 40 years of unexplained phenomenon? I don't know. Teenagers who play sick pranks on cattle ranchers? Cultish worshipers of some odd religion? Aliens? What could this be? This is so odd, we have to consider any possibility. You heard stories of crop circles appearing on farms. Could they be leaving a message that they're taking our livestock? Do extraterrestrials have an infatuation with farmland? In just the last few days, the Department of Defense has released new footage of a new UFO, footage in the Middle East. Could they have just been looking for more cows? The Pentagon has no explanation for what this was, just like authorities have no idea what has happened to all of those cows. It might sound crazy, but not out of the question. What is going on? Not just here, but maybe in the universe. Is the truth out there? UFO Seekers lead investigator Tim Doyle joins me now. Tim, what is going on?
Well, something's strange, and in fact, it's been happening in Texas for a long time. Here's a picture of a Texas Tech student who actually had his car shut off by a UFO object, and you're seeing the sheriff participating in this. But cattle mutilations have been going on in depth since the 70s. There was a New Mexico state police officer who investigated up to 90 cattle mutilations in New Mexico. In one of those cases from 1976, Gabe Valdez, the police officer, found evidence of a triangular-shaped object landing near a cow, then some type of tripods exiting this craft. And these tripods were anywhere from 28 inches to 4 inches in length. Now, Gabe said in his investigation that these tripods that exited this UFO craft followed the cow for 600 feet before the cow finally fell dead. And these tripods had little tracks that they left on the ground. Gabe returned to the same incident site for a second time and found that these tracks had actually gone over his tire tracks.
So Tim, look, you know, I have an open mind about all of these topics. I'm open to the possibility. I'm also open to the possibility of being manipulated by the government to increase budgets, as was recently said by Elon Musk. But here's the thing. It's usually the simplest explanation. Acknowledging that these things have been happening for quite some time, has the simplest explanation ever actually turned out? This has to have been investigated. Has it ever been cults or kids? Has it ever been the simplest explanation?
No, not cults or kids, because even in that New Mexico caseload, which the FBI investigated, and the FBI said it was just natural predators, Mr. Valdez, the police officer, said that the surgical cuts in which, get this, Will, even then the rectum and the genitalia were removed from the cattle the same way they are now. And it just so happens 66 years ago is when that Texas Tech student had his car shut off. So is there some weird force that's like returning, taking these bodies somewhere? And you should know too that. Yeah,
I'll need to leave it there, Tim. But you're right. I mean, if it's predators, if it's kids, if it's cults, there would be a mess.
It's not
and
predators.
This is too surgical and too
they
clean.
need to put their cows.
I got to leave it here, Tim. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I got to leave it here. That's going to do it for us tonight on Jesse Watters Primetime.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.